Hi everyone. So I'm here now with the first tutorial on the Kaotec's quick staging. Um, so what we have here is we have our snap flatten for the Kaotec users that knows um, that is still the same. The mask brush is changed to suit what we are doing in here, and then you have another three icons, so layer adjustments, perspective warp, and a search bar. So yeah, you can just type in whatever you're looking for. Please keep in mind there's a beta version. We don't know if it's going to be a benefit for the business. So we're gonna release this version, and if you guys like it, if you feel that it needs to be taken further, then we will keep on adding models in. We'll keep on improving the program. But we're gonna release the beta, and in fact, I did release the beta in the Kaotec group um, to see how you guys feel about is this something that you would use or not. Okay, so let's get started. So a carpet, I need to put a carpet in here first. So horrible carpets, but yeah, we'll add more soon. But first play around with what we have here. If you feel this is something that could be very good for you, then cool. So I would say first choose your angle. Now, if you start resizing your models, and during the course of transforming, during in transform mode, if your model is on transform mode and you click the arrow, it gets deleted. So that's like a bug in there. So just make sure, because it's still in transform mode, so that's kind of, you can't really change the angle um, of the model while it's being transformed. It really goes against Photoshop's rules. Um, so make sure that you click enter once you transformed it. Enter. Okay, done. Now the model isn't locked anymore. So if you need to rotate it again, you can click the arrow again. But in this case, I just want to get a more or less uh, perspective on, I don't need to get it exactly right. Um, So also keep in mind that this is quick staging, so you shouldn't market it as high-end virtual staging. You market it as, it's quick staging just to make the room look better than an empty room, because currently this is what I have. If your clients want, look, at least put something in there, then this should do fine for you, and you charge them cheaper. Okay, so now I'm going to transform this, but not using the anchor points here, because it's difficult to get a proper perspective on something like this. So I created a button here. You click that, perspective warp, and now first we drag on one corner, top left corner of the model, and then to the bottom left corner. Now now after you've done that, you can grab the top right corner, put it on the carpet, and do the same with the bottom. And now we've basically grabbed all four corners of the carpet. Now enter, and now you can resize it much more better. Now you can just put it in the proper perspective, something like that. I'm not very good at this. I need training on decorating a room. Okay, so something like that. Enter. Okay, so we've done that with our model. Now if you feel, and that's off center, and that's probably going to bug some of you guys out. Okay, that's better, but now I'm just going to double click. So yeah, I wasn't happy with what I did first, so I just moved the carpet a bit, and then I'm going to double click on perspective warp, and I get those points back. Then I can just make adjustments to it, something like that. Enter. Okay, that's better. Now I can either add I can create layer adjustments on this layer, and then it gets put in a group, so that it's not all messed up. Um, and now I have shadow lighting and some hue saturation and brightness, so you can play with that. can also change the color. And what else? I probably need to add some lighting on this carpet because of the windows, so maybe we'll have like 20% flow on our brush. So we're just going to brush with white on this black mask, something like this. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's right, but okay, did that. What you can also do is double click onto the layer, the model, Control or Command C to copy, double click on the group name and then paste, and then click on this arrow to just pop it close, so we know we're done with this carpet now. That's just an indication to me that okay, that's done. I'm done with that model. Carpet is done. Go on to your next model. So a chair. So we want to work from the far side of the room first because of how we want our layers to fall into place, and uh, objects is going to be behind other objects and so on and so on. So we just want it to fall proper into place. So our chair at the far back, so chair, and I'm just going to take this one. So just change the angle, resize it, maybe a bit bigger, doing something like that, and then enter. I think that's fine. Now, okay, so let me just do some shadowing on this thing, just to make it look more realistic. Now, you probably wouldn't notice it at first, but let's just do that. Click layer, adjustments, open that folder. So first thing I want to do is I want to add some, let's make it 30. I want to add some shadow on this model. So shadow here on the inside because the window's on the left. So I want it to be a bit darker here. So there's just kind of like burning some shadow into the image. Okay, so that's darker. So I think this section and here should be darker. Maybe just a small bit here. And then on the lighting, I think we should have some lighting at the top here. And on this side, yeah, at the bottom as well, maybe. Just can just fade it in there. And maybe on this thing as well. So something like that maybe. We can also play with the fill if you want to increase it. Now you don't have to do this since this is just supposed to be quick staging. So you just like put your models in. If you're just offering like quick staging, don't want to give the client an empty room, and they know what this is about. They know it's not going to look high end, but they just want it to look better than an empty room. Then cool, just put in your models and scale it properly. Uh, and then save the image, flatten and save. Um, but I left this layers in here if you want to take some time to put in some shadowing. Um, Now to show you the difference, I would need to hide the two and undo and redo so that you can see the difference that it makes. So as you can see, it does add a bit of a better realistic effect to the model if you add that shadows. So that's why I left that in there. You can also double click on it and add more feather. You can basically fade it in, increase it, decrease it, mess around with it and see what you get. um, Color, let's change the color. I think I like something like that. Maybe brighten it a little bit, not too much shadow. Okay, so I'm done with this model. Double click onto the name, double click on the group name, paste, and then arrow. So I'm done with these two. I can just click onto the move tool and then control or command T to transform this a bit more. So like you can, this is just images, so you can transform them like, like you normally would with the images. Play around with it. So just to make it a bit more natural, looks a bit better. Next model, coffee table, I think first. Let's go to tables. Put this one in there. No, wrong way. And if you find any bugs, you can just report it to me. No. So I'm that angle is wrong. So I can't now just click the arrow again. I have to click either enter or escape just to get out of transform mode. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I'll close this and then I can click on layer adjustments again and do some add more detail to this. So shadows on this side, maybe a bit here, lighting on this side and on this side. Maybe shadow here by the behind this little pot plant. Let's see what that did. Okay. I think that's fine. Or if you want to transform it again. Now by default, well, not by default, I actually set my auto select off and show transform controls on so that I can always see this blue outline. I don't have to click Control T to do anything. I'll just hold on Control or Command and just make some adjustments to the anchor points. Enter. Okay, so I'm done with this model. Copy that name, paste it there, and click the arrow. So done with that. I go to couches. No, don't think so. Skip. Maybe that one. Um, Layer adjustments. I think I can copy. Let me just see where's my chair. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to copy this and that. Now I need to click here. So this and that. Did I do anything to the brightness? I did do a small little, but mainly the color is what I want to copy. So I'm going to copy this UN saturation and then just drop it here and put it right at the top, and then just double click on that and then click on this. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna delete this one and I'll just move this one below there, just replacing it. Now we can add our shadow. I know it's a bit skew, but yeah, like I said, it's just to stage it on quickly. I think something like that. Now, if this becomes something that you guys will make use of, and you want us to take it further, then this I don't have the precise angle for this couch here. Um, so we can add more and more and more, but to do that on a beta version, it's just going to take too much time. So that is why with a beta version, you guys can play around with it and see should it become something that you would use or not. So once we know that, and then we'll take it further. Add more angles, add more models, make it look more realistic, and so on and so on. So it all depends on the feedback we get on this, or else we'll just leave it at a beta. Okay, so lighting. I do know that a few have played around with it and do like it and would use it and have used it. So I think it's gonna be something good. I mean, just to stage a room real quickly, I've done it for a few people already. They didn't even notice the difference. Um, so yeah, I think it can become something good. As not all of us knows how to do 3D and all of those things and have the time to render for hours depending on the computer. So this is a just a quick way to get the room looking a bit better. What do I need to do? Nothing else. Okay, next model. And just see what the shadow looks like. Okay. Another chair. Uh, I'm really not good with this type of this decorating. Okay, I actually put that chair inside this group folder because I didn't close the group. That is why I didn't close that group. Um, so yeah, copy, paste. Before I before I pop that close, I need to copy this color because I'm going to need it now here. I'll just put it here at the top. The reason why I put it at the top because I might cause all of these to just unclip. So I'm just going to put it at the top and then I'm going to clip it. I'll delete this one now. I can leave it where it is, but I feel better if it's just there at the bottom. Okay, so close that. Close this one and add some shadow or actually lighting. Make the brush a bit smaller. So when it comes to the lighting, you don't have to be all that precise because of the feather that we add to this. Okay, I think I'm done with that. Copy, paste, pop it closed. Next thing I want to do is add a plant. Add this one. I'll put it here to cover those wires. Okay, enter. Layer adjustments. Don't need to rotate an angle for the plant, so I'll skip that. Add some shadow. Add some shadow here. Burn the so the lighting is so the light's coming from the window, so the back part of this plant should be darker. I can increase that shadow a bit, something like that. And this section should be lighter, maybe just a bit. Let's increase that, see how it looks. I think it's okay. Um, okay, done with that one. Double click on the name, copy the name, double click on that name and paste the name there. Pop it closed. Uh, what can I put on the wall? So yeah, we need more clocks. Or actually, I don't want the clock. I'll put a painting. Oh, wait, something in the corner there. Maybe another plant or pedestal. No. TV unit. Although these, I don't really like these units so much. Um, and I don't know if it's going to look right that side, so I'll just put um, a plant in the corner, maybe this one. So this one is above my models. I need to get that behind all of them. So I can drag down. Now just make sure when you drag, you don't have it onto another group. Like this is on the group there. I need just a single blue line there. So I drag it lower and then there appears a single blue line. So it's right at the bottom. I think I'm gonna make buttons to move models around behind other models, like send to the back or send to the front. I'm gonna add those buttons if we get good feedback for this. um, then I'll add all those things in. I would like to add a grid in as well, like a grid that you can just move around and put on the walls, on this wall, on that wall, on the ceiling, on the floor, so that you can uh, uh, um, just proportion all the models correctly. Okay, so let's resize this one, put him in the corner. I think like that is fine. um, I feel that's too green, even this one, but um, okay, I'll take the green a bit down in the UN adjustments, U and saturation. So okay, so I'll click on this hand, or I can click on this and change to green or yellow. I'll click on the hand, click on the leaves, and then just drag some of that color out, something like that. And now I need to add some lighting to this on this section here, just here at the top and on this side. Maybe increase it a bit. And then shadows, I need to burn this section here at the bottom a bit. I think that's fine. And okay, done with this model. Copy, paste there. Now some paintings on the wall. Uh, Maybe a lamp in the corner. Oh, let me have a look and see how this looks. Maybe I'll put this. No, I don't know what to do with this thing. I'm just gonna delete that. Told you guys I got no clue what I'm doing here. Painting. Let's do that. Just more or less the angle, because this is square, so we can just resize it and transform it so that it looks. So I'm just holding down control and just dragging, or command if you want Mac, just dragging around. So the grid would be good for this, because what's happening here is I can't see if this is properly placed and distorted. um, so the grid would help. Okay, I can't explain that now, but the grid would help put your models uh, straightened and so on. Okay, so because now you're just gonna have to use your eye and guess, and I'm not too fond of guessing if something is right. I like to have some sort of guide. But yeah, that I will add in next. Okay, enter. So yeah, so that's basically how you use the program. um, it's not a lot of models in here, but let me know if you guys like it, and then we'll work on adding more and more to this. We'll improve it more and more, just like we did with Retouches Plus. Thank you guys very much for watching. Cheers.